Well, hello everybody. First of all, let me apologize for the tardiness of this presentation. Um, I work a lot during the week, so most of my seminary work is done on the weekends. So I hope that you will forgive me for being so late up, but I hope I can add something to the conversation and that the discussion will be fruitful nonetheless. All right. So, in regards to uh, hospitality, the first thing I think of is actually a story I heard on a podcast this week, in which the host talked about visiting a Peruvian hut. And, the family welcomed him there, and while he was there, the lady of the house offered him a glass of Coke. And he says, normally he doesn't drink sodas, but, graciously he accepted this one, and it was the first soda he drank in years. And I said, as he was drinking this glass of Coke, um, he said it became aware to him that this glass of Coke represented a much larger portion of income to this family as rather than it did to him. Um, I like the way he compared it to if somebody were to come to his house, and it would be like him offering them an iPad, and which is just strange to think about. This offering this glass of Coke. That's just something that any of us would do for people who came over to our houses. But for them, that was a big act, on a costly act. And I think that is what Christian hospitality is all about. It takes a certain amount of sacrifice, um, to where we're inviting people in to our comfort zones, basically, our safe spaces. And you know, and sometimes that costs us something. But that's the central act of Christian love and hospitality. That's what it is. I think about Hebrews 13:2. It says, do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing that some have entertained angels uh, without realizing it. And I think a lot of us, we can show hospitality to our friends and to our loved ones. Usually, when we have a party or something, we'll invite people into our homes and our spaces, and we'll offer them drinks and refreshments and whatnot. And generally, it's an easy thing to do because we're inviting people that we actually enjoy and know into our lives. um, it's a bit different when you read in the context of Hebrews 13 too, where it says show strangers the same hospitality. That's a bit harder, especially as Americans. I think I'm thinking a lot about the Syrian refugee situation happening lately, and about how some countries are taking several hundred thousand of these Syrian refugees in, and showing them great hospitality, while the United States, last I read, only took in about 10,000. And I'm seeing a lot of Christians on social media and stuff kind of not liking and pushing back against the idea of us taking in these refugees. Um, and it's mostly based on fear, uh, probably unfounded. Um, but if if America really wants to be a Christian nation, it seems obvious to me that we should do the Christian act of hospitality by welcoming in these refugees. If we don't do that, I think we're missing out on a Christ-like act of service. This practice of hospitality is important. And it's my personal belief that America is not a Christian nation. Uh, and one reason why is because the Christians of the nation are pushing back against these Christian acts, like this showing hospitality to refugees. We don't want to show hospitality to a stranger, which is blatantly in Scripture. Um, so those are things I think about when I think about the practice of Christian hospitality. Um, Usually it costs us something. It's not always comfortable. It's not always easy, uh, but it's always Christ-like. So that's the question I want to pose to you. Like, when it comes to Christian hospitality, how much sacrifice goes in it, and how much are we willing to sacrifice to show people Christ-like love through the practice of hospitality? All right, thanks. Talk to you in the comments.